Welcome to the Informed and Oblivious podcast, episode 41. I am Tinfoil Hat Phil, and this is Two Turd Raymond. Or only two turds, not three turds. I will not explain that any further. We're just going to leave it like that because, as always, fuck you guys. One of these days you'll get my humor. Or maybe not get my
Yeah,
humor.
or they won't. Either way.
What was that? To bleep me out?
No, to mark the start.
Okay. Sure. What do you say?
To make it easier to find the start position and cut it.
Yeah. Well, we're back from vacation.
So that all the racist stuff you said before we start, actually recording the podcast doesn't go in.
Fuck you. I'm not the North Carolina Young Republicans. There's no group chat to leak.
Wait, what?
Well, a lot happened while we were away on vacation.
Was it is 2 weeks since we posted?
2-3 weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happened. Yeah, I think it was North Carolina. Maybe it was Florida. Who knows? Another Young Republican group chat got leaked, and it was just like a lot of racial slurs, trolling, a lot of like pro-Hitler stuff that may or may not be joking. I don't know.
So
Who
kind of
knows?
what you would expect from young Republicans
Not
group chat.
not really though. It's kind of concerning because like the Young Republicans have always been like the stodgy group, and for them to be like trolling like that, it's like I'm not with the leftists on this stuff clearly, but it is kind of concerning how much they're pushing that side towards that stuff now though. Where like the problem is if you call everybody a racist, everybody sexist, everybody a homophobe, everybody a Nazi, the words lose their meaning, and then people like dig into it because they want to get a rise out of you. There was another one like I saw a video recently where somebody had fuck ICE on their car, and then a bunch of young kids were like driving up next to them and trolling them, flipping them off, and like giving Nazi salutes at them to like just enrage the person like even further because I guess they were pulled over by the cops with the fuck ice thing on. So again, there's a lot of people that might just be trolling, but then there's a small portion of that that's serious and emboldened by and emboldened by the fact that other people are saying the same shit. And the problem is you keep beating a group, you keep beating a group, you keep beating a group. Eventually they're gonna be like, you know what? I was joking, but now I'm kind of serious, and that other guy that wasn't joking, he's got some good ideas. And like it'll spiral out of control in a worrying way because here's the
You telling me if I beat my meat too much, it's gonna revolt?
I mean, I don't know if you say that on the internet, but you do talk. It's a little off the top already. But no, what the concerning part is, these people are the future of the Republican Party, which means that I fucking watch in 20 years what the policies coming out of them might be. People think Trump's a Nazi. You are fucking sadly mistaken from what you're like breeding with all this fucking like fuck you for just being a white male in this country. Or white women to some degree. They kind of like slide a little bit. I think it's Bill Burr makes this stand-up joke about that all the time. It's like they pulled the greatest swaparoo in history. He's like, you came with us on the rise to the top. And then when we got there, you took a step to the side and said, get him. It's like, wait a second. You were there for that ride that whole time? No, it wasn't me. But yeah, like that they had that. So who cares? Bunch of fucking young dumb idiots, which I will say for anyone that does listen to this in the future, remember that all your shit is out there all the time forever.
Oh yeah.
And that like you might think shit's private, shit is not private. People could find a way to get it, and more often than not you'll find out that the people closest to you when you make them mad will fucking leak that shit all over.
Yeah.
So yeah, that whole like leak group chat was probably somebody said the wrong thing and it fucking pissed them off to the point where they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna leak this to everybody.
Yeah, if it doesn't, if you don't piss someone off to the point where it gets hacked, then you'll piss someone off to the point where they just send it out. So
Yeah. Eventually you'll bully somebody too much and they'll just leak it. So not great. Don't do that kind of shit. And like, while I'm here for the memes and the trolling, I think we're getting a little bit too crazy on all sides with this stuff because like here's the thing. They're outright saying like Nazi shit, but like the left is also very like fuck the Jews right now, which is like also
That's
like
also
really
very concerning.
concerning. And I'm like, I'm kind of I don't know where this is gonna go in a few years, and I don't think it's gonna go to a
Nowhere
place
good.
that people are gonna like. I see the signs, man. And fucking like,
Good movie.
well, I just hate it because I've been right in the past on a lot of things, and people are like, "How do you know?" It's like, because I've been paying attention to the underbelly for a while, and you guys have been ignoring it. So, or they were like, "How did this happen?" I was like, you guys haven't been paying attention." I'm like, I knew exactly how this happened. It's like fucking whenever they interview people after some shit goes down, it's like, oh, I didn't see it happen. And I was like, nah, I've seen this coming.
Yeah, it was there.
Like and we're back to the point now with all this shit that we got people fucking shouting Allah Akbar on planes again, trying to say they were gonna blow them up. That happened at a Southwest flight. And you know what the
Just
worst?
to get a rise out of people.
Well, yeah, but the guy was like chanting it. You know what the worst part was? It took like a solid like 3 or 5 minutes before somebody got up and beat that guy's ass. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, listen, I'm sorry, I might not be the bravest person, but if somebody jumps up on a fucking plane and starts shouting they have a bomb, I'm gonna hop the fuck up and beat the shit out of that guy. Like, I don't give a fuck what's going on. Like, you've trapped me in a small container with you. Bare minimum, I'm opening the exit door. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, what's going on there? Like, nobody opened the exit door. Nobody got up and beat this
Were they
guy's
still on the
ass for a
ground?
little bit. Yeah, they were on the
Oh, yeah,
ground.
yeah.
Yeah, if I'm in the sky, doubly so, I'm hopping up quick and beating the shit out of that guy. But if I'm on the ground, self-preservation, people, they didn't even say that they opened an exit door. Because people came on later, like in like military garb to like remove the fucking guy. But I'm just like, fuck, people are so dumb, and they're all recording, which is like
Yeah.
the worst part. I was like, guys, we've lost the self-preservation instinct to the degree that people will record before taking action. The one guy
Nobody
that
wants to get sued for hitting them.
I don't give a fuck. At least I'll be alive. That guy shouted some crazy shit. I think I'd win it in the court case. Now, if I beat him to an unreasonable degree, yeah, then it might be a problem. But I'm sorry, somebody shouting some shit like that, and they said he was like acting like he was trying to like go for like a detonator or some shit like that. I'm knocking that motherfucker out. I'll stop when he's unconscious. But like before that point, like you're getting your ass beat. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just I don't understand that one. But yeah, we're back to that level of fuckery now. So we took out a major cartel guy in Mexico while we were gone. Which,
I heard about that one.
yeah, vacations to
we didn't do
Mexico
it.
are like extremely cheap right now. Well, we assisted
Yeah.
Mexico in it. We gave them the intelligence. It was like, yeah, he's there. Go get him.
And then they went and got him.
It's like that meme with the stick, do the thing. The guy poke him. We went to like the leader of Mexico, like, hey, if you want good dealings with us, you might want to go like get this guy. This guy's dealing a lot of fentanyl in the country. Like, get him, do the thing. And they did the thing. And then the cartel,
And a lot of people were upset about it for some reason.
and then the cartel, set on fire a lot of cars in a Costco parking lot, as one will. The things that they attacked was like very weird. You're like, that's all right, whatever you're mad about.
They set fire to cars in a Costco parking lot. What happened? The Super Bowl? Like what? Somebody win the Super Bowl? What happened?
I guess because it's like a symbol of like America, like a Costco down there. So like that's what they went after. Who the fuck knows? They're crazy.
Philly does that shit when we win.
Yeah. Yeah, but people are like, see, this is what happens when the U.S. interferes. And it's like, no. Like, they did that. And it's also like their entire country is under this constant threat of fear from this fucking criminal organization. And people are like, no, I'm like, trust me, if we went in there and did it, you'd know we did it. We've been asking them for years to let us do it. But the problem is they're so like deeply rooted in the government there and even in like the military police that they're like, yeah, no, we're not going to let you in. But Mexico, shout out. If you want us to clear out the cartel, we'll come down there and do it. Like, you just got to let us in. Be like, go ahead. Go ham. And trust me, the cartel does not want that.
We have teams, plural, of people who are very well trained in that exact thing.
Yes. In urban combat that we did for decades. Like people are like, no, you don't know how to. Like, did we forget Iraq and
Mm.
Afghanistan? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, we'll go in there and sort that shit right quick and in a hurry. You know why? Because we love your beaches. So, so we'll do it. No problem. We'll get that shit sorted. Especially because if we shut down the whole like cartel incentive, you know, it's a lot easier to guard than the whole border between us and Mexico. That little tiny border at the bottom of Mexico between Mexico and Central America. And if the cartel's gone, that problem's gone. But yeah, so that happened, and then that wasn't even the craziest bit because then, as we're coming back, the war with Iran started. Well, the military
It's not a war. It's
operation,
not a war.
the military operation with Iran started, and people like, oh my god, dude! I shout out again to Asmongold because I didn't think in 2026 the most like sane voice of reason would be like Asmongold. The craziest part, if you're watching all the shit coming out about Iran right now,
No, I've been
from
paying attention.
well, no, I'm just speaking generality. Fuck, I know you're not paying attention. This is where I'm informing you, Mister Oblivious. But no, the shit that's coming out from our own news, foreign news, all the fucking TikToks, all these other, it. You would think that they want Iran to beat the U.S., which is just the most wild thing I've ever seen. They're like, the U.S. is losing, and here's why you don't know. They're destroying all these bases and shit over there. Well, listen, people. A couple of missiles, like landing in the bases, is not destroying them. We've been used to bases being shelled in the Middle East for a very
Mm.
long time now. One big radar thing gets destroyed. Okay, not great. Who gives a fuck? We'll build another one. They're like, it's $1 billion. $1 billion means nothing to us. $1 billion means a lot to fucking
Yeah.
Iran, but to us it means nothing. We'll build another one. As I sent you that video before, we spent fucking $4.6 billion in California to
Yeah.
build that little air tram in San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
Fucking stupid asses. But yeah, like they're like, oh my god, and then they're like, it's not 6 U.S. Military dead. It's more like 1,200. To our own fucking fault, the U.S. is very transparent with our military operations. If it was more than 6 dead, we'd all know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, again, to our own detriment, which is like the most wild thing ever. Well, wild, but also kind of gangster. We just broadcast to the world, this is what we're doing, and this is how many of us died. Nowhere else does that. Nobody's doing that. The Ukraine's not over there going like, this is how many of us has died to date. This is how many we got left. We're like, yeah, this is how many missiles we shot. This is how many shit we've taken out. This is how many of our own guys died. And it sucked, but we're going to rain down hellfire. I was like, yeah, that's badass. But yeah, everybody's like, Iran's winning this war. I'm like, one, you don't want Iran to win this war. I don't care how you feel about the U.S. Like, these motherfuckers fund the greatest number of terrorist organizations over there in the Middle East. And due to their poor planning, the rest of the Middle East is now like, you know what? We're kind of tired of you too. Because the Ayatollah is, well, look it up because I want to get it right. Is the Ayatollah a Sunni or a Shiite?
What is Ayatollah?
The Ayatollah in Iran.
How do you spell it?
Just start searching
There you go.
Yeah. Ask is the
Ayatollah, sign of God.
Yeah. I don't care. Is just put it in there before. Is the Ayatollah Sunni or Shiite? Yeah. There you go.
Specifically for Shia Muslim clerics.
Okay. And is the Shia or the Sunni the minority in the Middle East? Because I don't know how these fucking crazy people work.
Sunni Muslims are the majority in Islam, 85 to 90% globally.
Okay, and the Ayatollah was Sunni?
And Shia Muslims are the minority, 10 to 15%. No, it said the Ayatollah is Shia.
Yeah. So the Sunni are like, we're over this shit. We're tired of your bullshit. You motherfuckers, last dying breaths, gone. We're out. It would be like back in the day if
What's the difference?
just a disagreement in beliefs. It's kind of like Catholics and Protestant,
Okay,
but much more extreme
gotcha.
in the disagreement. But yeah, so like fucking like the like everybody else around them, I guess, is Sunni. So they're tolerating Iran and its nonsense. But now they've kind of like been like, all right, fuck you guys, because Iran did something that nobody thought they would do when we attacked them. They went and attacked everyone around them. Were you looking up the regional area?
Yeah, Shia versus Sunni. That the map didn't work as well as wanted it to.
Yeah, that's all right. Most people don't even know where Iran is on the map, which is hilarious. If you look up like the people identifying, like U.S. citizens identifying where Iran is on the map, is fucking hilarious.
Like I said, I could probably point it to the general area, but I don't think I could say, "Hey, this one's Iran."
Just look for Persia, and then you know where it's at.
The Pokemon?
No, the country. Yeah, so they're all. It's basically one minority country, and fucking everybody else is like, yeah, fuck you, fuck off. But yeah, so Iran did the dumbest thing ever when we attacked them, and they attacked everyone in the region, like full bore. And they were like, hey dude, what did we do to you? And they were like, there's American bases in your country. And they're like, yeah, but you didn't attack those. And they didn't attack them because they can't. Our air defenses are too good. They can't get through them. And fucking when people are like, no, these guys have got thousands or tens of thousands of these drones that they're firing at the U.S. And each one of those fucking things costs about $10,000 U.S. to make. Now, if you look what $10,000 U.S. is in Iranian currency, you'll realize real quick that it's about $1 billion a piece for them.
Jeez.
Yeah, look it up. Look up 10,000 USD to like Iranian currency. When people are like, "Oh, it costs them like nothing to make," it's like, yeah, but they don't have that much money.
That doesn't like a currency conversion doesn't necessarily add up like 1-to-1 though.
No, but it gives you a good idea.
I don't want to be on images. It's 1,320,000 to 1.
Yeah. So when you put it 10,000 USD, how much is that in Iranian rial?
So that would be 10 million? No, 100 million.
That's what I'm saying. So like, okay, yes, currencies are
$1 billion.
Yeah,
I can't math today. Apparently.
Yeah. So I'm right, $1 billion.
Yeah.
So currencies don't 1-to-1. But I'm sorry, when they say they have tens of thousands of these, I'm like, I don't fucking believe it, because that would bankrupt their country. There's no way they've made that many. I'm sure they're funding making this, but like people are like, there's tens of thousands, and fucking even when you watch Asmongold's like feed, they've gone through how many like attacks these guys have done in like the days of the conflict going on. The number of attacks have dropped 90%. And they're like, no, they've got tens of thousands of these stored up. I'm like, I don't think they do. You're trying to figure out like to scale it.
Yeah. So I searched for price of loaf of bread in Iran. So roughly 20,000 ish reals.
So that's like $5.
Right.
Okay. It's still a lot.
Yeah.
It's still not cheap for them to do. But regardless, like when people are like, we don't know how to deal with these things and we don't know how to strike them down. I'm like, one, what do you think the drones over New Jersey was? What do you think that was testing? You think that was just like for shits and giggles? Two, why do you think we're building this golden dome thing over here? It's because we know that's the future of warfare. We're just going to be like, okay, shield over the U.S. now from this drone attack shit. And three, if they really had, people are like, oh no, they have thousands of these drones left. maybe tens of thousands that the UK said taking over country. Uh, yeah, they're like tens of thousands. It's like, okay, then why aren't they using them?
Mm-hmm.
We're
They
like,
saving them?
yeah, we're like weeks into this conflict almost, and again, the shit's dropped 90%. I think what happened was they mistakenly tried to shock and awe the region, hoping that this would turn everyone in the region against us, and instead it turned them against Iran, because again, that minority that whole like difference in religion is like a really big thing for them, and people don't have a good frame of reference for it now because Catholics and Protestants have kind of sorted that out.
Mm-hmm.
But think back in the day,
Yeah,
Catholics
that's what the
versus
Crusades was.
Protestants.
Like,
Well, no. Crusades were Catholics versus Muslims. But when the Protestants first popped up, the Catholic Church did everything
Yeah.
they could to try to like eradicate that. They were like, fuck no, this isn't happening. So think the same thing there. So they're like, okay, you hit us and we kind of hate you already, because it goes, the hierarchy for them is their religious belief, the other sect of their religious belief, and then everybody else. So like when they attack, they're like, okay, you're on the level of the infidels now, we're gonna go fuck you up, we don't care. Especially in like Dubai and shit, where they're like, really, bitch, you attacked a hotel? Like,
they attacked a hotel in Dubai?
yeah, but that's the thing. Like these targets have been like indiscriminate in the region, and some of them, quote unquote, are military bases, but it's just the things that managed to get through. They launched hundreds of missiles and drones, and I think there's only been like 20 to 30 like actual like strikes that made it through, which is crazy. Like, all right, bitch. But like everybody online is like, oh, the U.S. is gonna lose this war. It's like, no. But if we don't open the Strait of Hormuz soon, it's going to be a fucking big problem, because if gas goes up another 40 cents this week in this country, it's going to cause issues.
What about his moose?
Fuck. But the worst part is, like, we don't even get oil from that region. It's just everybody else getting affected, like not getting their oil, that now they're like, well, what do we do? And we're like, well, we got a stockpile. Fuck you. And to be clear, folks, the oil price raising in this country is just pure greed.
Just reactionary.
Yeah. None of this has hit us to the degree yet that it should be raised that much. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. It's basically price gouging.
Just because they can.
Mm-hmm. Just remember, they hate you.
They want your money.
And they hate the country too, which is just like fucking like beyond insane. But yeah, so this is probably going to last, I would guess, another 2 to 3 weeks. They're talking about possible boots on the ground, but I don't think it's going to be our boots. I think it's going to be Israel going in, which will cause a whole nother like headache and problem. But also, let's not forget, folks, that a couple weeks ago, the Iranian people were like in rebellion against the Ayatollah over there, and nobody said shit, and they were like, yeah, fuck it, we're not going to do anything, we're not going to pay attention. And now the U.S. has gone in and taken those people out and struck a few things, and like, I can't believe the brutalness of the fucking U.S. strikes over there. It's like, motherfucker, this guy was killing his own people repeatedly. He was basically doing the shit they accused Trump of doing. Except he was actually doing it. He's like, oh, you want to fucking protest? Okay, kill him. Just kill him.
Is Ayatollah a political position, religious position, or both?
Religious position. Technically, the president of Iran controls Iran, but really, it's like the
Pope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except back in the day, Pope, where like the Pope didn't run Rome, but really ran Rome.
Gotcha.
Same thing here. The Ayatollah doesn't run Iran, but basically he runs Iran. That's what happened. That they had a whole religious rebellion back in the day. The Ayatollah took over Iran, and they went from looking like the U.S. over there in the Middle East to back 100 years, all in burqas, all this other like shit. It was crazy. If you look at the footage in the 50s and 60s,
oh yeah,
like it looked like it was the U.S.
That recently, yeah.
Yeah, they were like copying the exact same things. There were people over there like
they looked
fucking,
like flappers. Yeah.
Yeah, there was people over there like going and doing like water like skiing and shit like that. Like they were like fucking they because they had a pretty good wealth trajectory with the oil and the uranium. The whole reason why we're worried about them making nuclear weapons is because they sit on a pretty large uranium mine. So they had access to all these things, and then the religious zealots took over, and the country went to shit. Wow. I guess it depends on your perspective. From our perspective, the country went to shit. I don't know how they feel about it. And that's the problem too. There's no journalists right there in Iran right now, and only 1% of the country has internet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like reports getting out from Iran are like very like mixed / could just be propaganda / who the fuck knows. But yeah, I'm very disturbed by the amount of people here and around the world that want us to lose this conflict. And I'm like, what's the benefit of that?
Yeah, it's a weird stance to take.
These people have been funding Hezbollah, which is a fucking terrorist organization, and doing it like in a proxy way to be like, oh, it's not us doing it, it's those guys doing it.
I thought that was just a line in a Queen song.
I hate you so much. You motherfucker. No, Hezbollah is a terrorist organization. Before that, they were funding ISIS. Like, these guys have been funding terrorism around the world for a very long time, and we're just like, we're over it. And the thing that finally drew the straw was we went in there and attacked their nuclear facilities because they're like, we're going to build a bomb whether you want us to or not. We're like, okay, bet. And then we launched those deep penetrating bombs into their, like, mountainous, like, base, blew the fuck up. And now in the negotiations that had been going on in Switzerland, they were basically like, yeah, we're still working on building a bomb and you can't stop us. And that's when we're like, all right, well, fuck you.
We can stop you.
Yeah, and we will. So, like, if that had been destroyed, there might have been a peaceful way of doing this. Even if it hadn't been destroyed, if they had just been like, yeah, we're not going to continue to do it. But they're like, no, we're going to do it. And we're like, yeah, we're not going to let the people that fund the most terrorism in the world get nukes. Could you imagine that? It's like fucking, it would be like a bad episode of 24. Remember that show from back in the day? Yeah. Like, fucking, if a terrorist organization did get a nuke, it would be fucking catastrophic. They would use it 100% because these people are crazy. Like, and again, I would stress this for people at home because they don't understand. If you're not a religious person, you don't understand that kind of faith and commitment. So take the most religious person you know, multiply that by like 1,000, and then ask yourself what they'd be willing to do for their belief. And this is like, they just don't understand. They're like, they wouldn't do that. I'm like, these people don't value other people's human lives in the same way. And in their view, you are a plague on this world. You are not supposed to be here, and you are not in service of their God or furtherance of their God.
Yeah,
so
the
they're going to take
preservation
you
of
out.
external human life is not a factor in that line of thinking.
Yeah, they don't care. You're a blight. You're a disease on the fucking world is the way that they see it.
Yeah.
And I don't think I could stress that to people enough because they're like, no. They're like, no, you don't understand at all.
Yeah, they care neither about the preservation of the life of, whoever they would be attacking with the nukes, nor do they really care about the consequences of retaliation.
Yeah, no, because all of it
if
is...
they die, then yeah, they're dying in service of God, so who cares?
Yeah, it's all martyrdom. So, yeah, so then we went in, we're like, fuck it, we're going to take this shit out. And people are like, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Like, just shut the fuck up. You guys clearly don't understand. But the thing that this is, like, truly proven, though, is we're back to a monopolar world. USA. USA. And I know this because we attacked Iran, which is supposed to be a very good buddy of both fucking Russia and China. And both of them basically did the equivalent of sending us a strongly worded letter. And they're like, you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, okay, you're going to do something? No, but please stop. And they did the same thing when we went in and took Maduro. So, like, we've basically proven through these military actions that if you're buddies with Russia and China, they won't do shit to help you. like at all. Unless we strike something very close to them, they're not
Mhm.
going to give a fuck.
Yeah, unless it's really going to affect them.
And like Iran like has been a very close strategic partner of both of them. So the fact that neither one is doing anything to help in this conflict like really fucks their credibility with any nation across the world. Like, yeah, you might fund infrastructure in that country, but that country is never going to rely on you to protect them. So it'll be like, yeah, give me all that money to like build my roads and shit, and then be like, hey, Papa U.S., what you doing over there? You want to come help us out real quick? And in the plot twist, to end all plot twists, the UK has been turning their back on us. Spain has turned their back on us, but France has been like, let's go get them, buddy. Which is just
Wait,
like
what?
wild. Yeah. France is like, we got you. And we were like, you do? They're like, yeah, we do. Which is funny because Macron was like shitting all over Trump before, but he's like, yeah, no, those guys are a problem. They're like, wait, you agree? Like, yeah, we agree. Like, yeah, we're getting the band back together. It's fucking wild. Like, I didn't see that plot twist coming. The UK was like, yeah, fuck you guys, you can't do this, which they gotta say because the number one name in fucking the UK right now is Muhammad in London. So they're kind of like, can't really come out in support of this. But France is like,
Viva
yeah,
la revolution!
yeah, France is like, fuck them terrorists, let's go. They're like, they've been blowing up trains here for fucking years. We're tired of this shit.
I was sort of unrelated. I was watching Young Sherlock, which is
Okay.
decent if you want to catch it. It's on Prime.
I
But
didn't know it was a thing.
yeah, it just came out.
Okay.
But there's a section, it's back in like the 18 whatever, and there's a section where they need to go to Paris for something. And he's like, well, they're in the middle of a revolution right now. And the other one goes, another one? How many do they need?
Yeah. They were having some issues there, back in the day. But yeah, I was like, all right, cool. France is on our side. Let's go. And then with all this shit going on, which whatever, fuck it, who cares? We're gonna sort it. We'll have updates on that in the upcoming week. Another fucking fun report that came out is that the whole euthanasia program in Canada is now responsible for 1 in 20 deaths. So like
Jesus, I didn't know there was a euthanasia program in Canada.
yeah, so now the Canadian like euthanasia program is responsible for 20% of the deaths in Canada. Or wait,
1 in 20.
whatever. Well, look up the exact number. It's fucking. I think something said it was like the leading cause of death in Canada right now, which is crazy.
Approximately 5% of all deaths in 2024.
Yeah, but that's not like now. It's
6.9
increased.
Yeah, increase over. This is not giving me information past 2024.
What does the thing from Canada say?
As of
Ooh.
early 2026, data indicates medical assistance in dying made accounted for over 5% of deaths in Canada, with 16,499 cases reported in 2024. Again, yeah, that's the latest information. Representing continued upward trend, Quebec has the highest provincial rate, reaching 7.2%.
Scroll down. What's the Canada.ca shit down there say?
Canada.ca.
Down.
Deeper? Oh, that, okay. 6th annual report on medical assistance in dying in Canada.
Dude, the fact that there's
Fucking
even an
bull.
official government website for that is just like,
Yeah, this is a long fucking article.
it's disgusting.
Highlights medical assistance in dying is a health service delivered by provincial and territorial health systems as a part of end-of-life care with a federal legal framework that has set out strict criteria around who can receive MAID and under what conditions. Allowed in Canada since 2016.
Bro, but like, yeah, like Canada's over there fucking offing themselves to the point where like it got in the news lately because this one kid, he was just depressed and he didn't, because he was healthy but depressed, he didn't qualify for like the medically assisted suicide. So basically the doctor more or less coached him and how to make himself unfit so that he could be killed.
Jesus. Actually, this here says, this is on the fucking Canada site, says the annual growth rate in number of made provisions has decreased significantly over the past several years from 36.8% in 2019 and 2020 to 6.9 in 2023 and 2024.
Yeah, okay.
But still,
Yeah, I was fucking crazy, dude.
that's a lot of fucking people.
So maybe it's like the leading cause of death in like the young like age group. Just like the thing that was the tragedy here was like overdoses have like surpassed like the leading cause of death.
So what is it? What is it for? Is this for?
It's just it's the shit that they told us wouldn't happen with fucking universal like healthcare, which is the death panel. So the Canadian government basically goes, okay, our budget is X for the year. Your expense to treat what you have is Y. Y is too expensive. So you can either continue to suffer with your condition and we will give you minimal treatment, or for this amount of money, we can just kill you. Which do you want?
Got it. Okay.
There was like a story like I think like a year or two ago where like a lady was like handicapped and then rather than pay for a ramp that would like enter her home, they said it would be better for her to just kill herself instead. Cheaper. Because this is the problem when you have universal health care, there's a budget for that shit. And they go, okay, well, what's the cheaper option? Keep you alive or put you down? It's like the thing where I've said before, I don't want a pet because I would do that math for the pet. You know what I mean? But I'm not an asshole, so I know, like, I'm not going to own a pet because if I went to a vet and they're like, yeah, it's $4,000 for this treatment, I'd be like, how much is it to put it down? That's what they're doing with people.
Everybody's got to do that math for their pet. It sucks. I mean, well, not everybody, but the people who run into that sort of situations, you know.
No. But
pets are fucking expensive. But
yeah, but majority of pet owners, if your pet is a couple of years old, will spend that money to keep them alive. I'd be like, how much is it to put it down?
Fortunately, not everybody can. So yeah, there are people who have to do that. But yeah.
Yeah, but they probably shouldn't have been pet owners to begin with.
I don't know about that. Some of the shit's expensive. If it's gonna cost you $10,000 to save the puppy's life, like,
yeah, there's pet insurance.
Like, yeah.
I'll just say, like, you shouldn't be responsible for another fucking life if you're not prepared to like sacrifice for that life. But same thing here. They just go, oh, what's that cancer treatment gonna cost? $100,000, or we could put you down for $5,000. Budget doesn't have that $80,000, and you're getting kind of old, so yeah, it's fucked. The whole world's fucked right now.
Always has been.
I know. So, like, yeah, that was all the shit that we missed while we were away. But we had fun. We snowboarded. It was good.
Yeah,
we did the
we had
back
a good
bowls.
time.
We
I
found out.
wish there was more snow on it.
Yeah, we found out Vail is probably only really good when they have snow, but it was fun.
The back bowls was just a lot of really hard packed moguls, which made traversing it kind of not fun.
Yeah,
but
yeah, the best was watching Coloradians. What would you call them?
Coloradoans.
See what they call themselves. What do you call somebody from Colorado? Coloradians. Still have HTML at the end of that.
What do you call someone from Colorado? HTML. Coloradans.
Okay. Yeah, so the best bit was listening to Coloradans complain about basically what is East Coast snow conditions on a normal year. And it's fucking hilarious. So we had a ball, but everybody else was just like, oh my God, it's so icy.
There's a couple spots here and there that gave us trouble. For the most part, we were like, yeah, this is still pretty nice.
I will say, though, it's the only time I will legitimately give credence to them complaining about it being icy, because it was.
It
was like East Coast level icy, which was hilarious to watch. People were like, oh my God. And I'm like, welcome to the East Coast, baby.
There's a couple of times where you can catch us sliding. There's an instance in the video I posted yesterday of our trip where I turned to go down a hill and then it's just ice. So I just board slide halfway down the hill. I sit down and I yell at Phil to go around.
But unless it's like has like a really scrapey sound to it, it probably doesn't even look, because it didn't look that bad. It just like looked like you like lost your balance in a weird way for a second.
No, I had no control like halfway down that hill.
But yeah, it was fun out there. What's the big mountains? Maybe next year. We'll figure out where we're going next year so we can warn the people there won't be snow there. Because that seems how it always goes for us. Like wherever we plan to go, it's like the worst snowpocalypse ever.
We've had a couple of trips with decent snow.
I mean, like they've had snow, but like I think only that one trip to Whistler. Well, no, the Keystone got decent snow the one day. By the afternoon, it was all blown off because of the wind, which was crazy.
And they all get dumped on after we go.
Including Vale. They got 12 inches of snow this week.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, come snowboard. We've gotten snow. It's like, fuck you. You motherfuckers aren't even all the way open.
Yep. We went to Tahoe last year, and they got dumped on this year.
Dumped on when we were there. Our plane got diverted, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. We just found out that it's a tourist trap because everybody from Nevada and California goes there, and the lines are literally 4 hours long to get up the lift.
Insane.
Yeah, when the gondola goes down, fucking pieces of shit.
We called an Uber from the lift line to go right to the other side of the mountain.
Crazy. But this year we were at a ski-in, ski-out resort, and that was nice.
Oh, it was dope, yeah.
Yeah, just hop out the hotel right onto the lift. No line, no nothing.
Like, we were told it was going to be a ski and ski out, but it wasn't until we walked through those doors. We're like, holy shit, it's right there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to walk to it or nothing. It's literally right there.
Yeah.
Walk out the doors, strap in, take the lift.
Yeah. Just come up to the top, good to go.
Uh-huh.
And I think, like, the worst lift line we had was the first day, and it was, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah, for the most part, it was fine.
Yeah. That day, they were like, the lifts are so long. And we're like,
It's nuts.
Yeah. It only sucked because it was so hot. We were like, oh my God, it's like spring skiing out here.
Going down, you were fine, with the wind going through you. But as soon as you stopped in the line, I'm like, I'm sweating.
Yeah, my goggles were fogging
it was
up.
55 degrees. Overall, good time, though. I'll be posting all the videos. The day one's up. The other ones will be to come in the coming weeks. And you'll hear us complain the whole time. But even though we're complaining, we are having fun.
Well, except the one day in the snow. I was smiling from ear to ear. It might not be able to be seen in, like, the video. But, like, I sent, like, people pictures of that day. They're like, man, you're so happy. I was like, yeah,
It was a
snow.
good day, yeah.
It's real snow.
Uh-huh.
I'm always happy in snow. And they're like, I thought you were kidding. I was like, no, that's why this is my hobby.
Yeah.
It makes me happy until I'm going to be too old to do it, and then I'll have to find another hobby.
Does not come through on camera how fluffy the snow was, but it was.
Yeah, golf doesn't make me nearly as happy, but that's the next season coming. We're about to hit golf season. We could still get a few more days of snow, though.
Yay.
Some mashed potato snow, East Coast powder.
We're going to have another, like, 80-degree snow day like we did last year.
Maybe. Well, you're going to, like, be gone, like, in a couple of weeks or whatever, but even if we don't get it there, I still want to go one more time up in April to Vermont.
Oh, yeah.
We can get another Vermont weekend in for sure. But like shit's doing so bad right now. Did you see the Epic Pass is offering 20% off if you're from 18 to 30 years old?
Really?
Yeah, because their pass holders in Gen Z has decreased so much that they're trying to offer them a discount to like let them go.
Get people back in.
Yeah, and I'm like, good luck. Like, I love Gen Z, and wages have like been like kind of fucked. They don't want to work at all. And it's not like a boomer level of work. We're not boomers. We're a little bit older than those guys are. They don't want to work at all. And it's like, yeah, of course they're not going to be able to afford skiing.
Nope.
Because if you're not working, you can't afford that shit. It's so
expensive.
fucking expensive. Even now, it's like 10 times worse than it used to be. I miss the days when like the expensive lift ticket was $60 on the weekend for the whole day and night. Now you can't even get the fucking, like, where we first started going blue, you can't even get a full day and night pass. It's 8 hours at a clip.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to do the full day and night, it would cost you almost $200 on the weekend, which is crazy. Like, fuck you, fuck off. Like, maybe for these bigger resorts with, like, more terrain, great. But, like, out here, like, the fact that you're charging that much for the day, like,
Crazy.
Literally go fuck yourself. And they're one of the better mountains around, but like I would never spend like back when we were learning, I would never spend that much money to go to Blue all day.
Yeah, if it was that expensive when we started, we probably wouldn't be doing it. Yeah.
Well, or we would have been fucked, and we would have had to get locked into like a season pass to Blue. Which their season pass is actually pretty reasonable. I think it's still like $400 for the season pass, which isn't bad.
So if you go enough, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, motherfucker, if you're charging $400 for the season pass, make the all day and night ticket $65 on the weekend still. Like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't make sense.
They're trying to get people it's the Six Flags treatment. Get people to buy the season pass, go twice, and then they make, 4 times as much as they were going to.
But it also doesn't make sense, too. They charge less during the week when there's less people there, and they still have to pay the operating staff. And they charge more on the weekends. It should be reverse. They should charge you more during the week, which is a premium that you pay for the mountain being wide open, and so they can afford to pay the staff to run the mountain. And they should charge you less on the weekend when there's more people there, and they would balance out the same. And people they would get more, then. But they would get more people to go.
They'd get fewer people going during the week, though.
They already get fewer people going during the week.
They'd have nobody during the week. They might as well just shut down. If they made the passes more expensive during the week, they'd get even fewer people. They wouldn't be able to afford to keep it open.
That's not true at all. If you told me it was $40 on the weekend to snowboard with crowds of people where the lift lines are 2 hours, or $70 during the week where there's no lift line and fucking no people, I'd pay the $70 premium.
That's you.
I think that's most people. It's the fucking reverse now.
No, because most people aren't going to take off work to spend more money.
Yeah, but most people aren't going to take their kids up on the weekend to spend more money.
I don't know.
You got to think, like, the people going on the weekends are the family crowds. So, like, if they had a $50 lift ticket for them and their kids, like, during the weekend, they'd take that. And then if it was $100 during the week, yeah, they're not going to take off to do it, but I would take off to fucking do that and avoid all the lines.
I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't work. But I'm not a businessman.
Yeah, but right now it doesn't make sense. So you're basically overcharging people on the weekends to pay for the operations during the week.
Yeah.
Which is asinine. You should overcharge during the week to pay for those operations.
Like I said, there's a reason they don't do it.
I don't think there's any reason to it. The whole reason Blue went up in price anyway was because they had that failed condo project that they never did and had to pay people back. They were going to build condos there on the mountain and have it be a winter resort thing, and people prepaid that shit and they never built them. So they had to pay all of that fucking money back.
Yeah,
and ever since then, the price went through the roof. Whoopsie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but like skiing and snowboarding might be like dead pretty soon if the costs keep going up.
Oh yeah.
Like nobody's gonna be able to afford it. And speaking of crazy shit, by the way, with skiing and snowboarding, a little bit different tangent because I know you're trying to get me to get the fucking step-ins. Did you see those new magnetic like step-in things?
I don't like that.
Yeah, there's this new like brand that came out that's like magnetic step-in. You step and twist and lock, and it also allows you to like turn the boot to
okay.
You gotta specify snowboarding.
Magnetic snowboard binding system.
Yep.
Oh, so there is no binding.
No binding whatsoever. And here's
talk about needing a stiff boot then. Jesus.
Yeah, here's my fucking issue with that. And every goddamn fucking step-in binding company out there. The whole fucking reason why skiers don't have bindings is because their boots are the bindings. And I'm okay with this system, but you need a proprietary boot that is basically a ski boot to match that.
Yep. 100%.
And like the top comments were on that were like how I told you about with the Burton step-ins, how the girl had the double snowboard break, broke both her fucking ankles because there's no strap on it. Yeah, the top comments on that shit was like, yo, what about there? And they're like, well, we can't speak for like other... Bitch, if you have a soft boot, you're not going to be able to do shit.
Uh-huh.
It's a cool concept, but like honestly, I'd rather have that, but have the bindings
like a ski boot, or
have the bindings wrapped around my foot, and when I step in, it locks the bindings in. You know what I mean? Like you either have to have the bindings removable, or you need to have a ski boot. So like everybody trying to push this technology.
Oh yeah. Like if you had the binding kind of like
wrapped
kind of like the
my
clue,
boot.
but like with the whole binding around the boot. Yeah.
Yes. Either one is fine, but like message to all you fucking asshole snowboard companies out there, like guys, our ankles matter. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to break my legs for a
How do you
little bit of.
undo this as well?
Huh?
Would you just turn your foot to undo it?
Yes. Yeah.
That's so sketchy. You're coming loose like the minute you catch an edge.
But that's my thing. Like fucking like you guys need to respect the fact that fucking like it's not worth breaking my legs over the extra fucking 30 seconds it saves me from strapping in.
Plus, I have problems getting my foot in with the clues sometimes. When there's like snow
that was
and
like
shit.
the reviews on this shit. People are like, "Did you try this in snow at all?"
Any bit of snow on there, and you're not getting your boot on that fucking thing. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's something to it to like combine those technologies, but as just like that, fuck no.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you need if we're gonna get rid of the bindings, we need hard shell boots, just like skiers.
Yep.
Fucking insane.
I don't know. I'll review my new clues next year. But.
Yeah, but when seeing this, I'm like, dude, we've gone too far with the fucking step-in shit. And they're like, oh, no, it's super convenient. You're not going to have torque knees because, like, part of it is, like, you could turn your foot, how that, like, system that you got to, like, skate. And I'm like, yeah, but how about when I try to engage my fucking toe edge and there's no strap and my feet just go, and my ankles snap? Like, what are we talking about?
That ain't it, dog. That ain't gonna work.
Like, engaging heel edge without binding system it's still not ideal because the high backs actually really do help with that a lot if you have them pushed forwards. But at least it's doable. Engaging toe without any kind of strap, no binding system, nothing. Like, good fucking luck. What am I supposed to get, like, completely horizontal over the snow to do it? Like, crazy.
Ain't gonna work. 100%.
Yeah. It's gotten out of hand. Like, I get it. You're trying to push technology, but we need stiffer boots before that's a thing. The whole fucking thing with snowboarding is like the majority of boots aren't stiff, and I know I'm like an outlier there where I want a stiffer boot, but like fucking like that's not the industry. There's nothing there. Nothing's gonna. That little BOA system's not gonna help you when you lean forward full fucking weight. Like, as it is, most people hate the boas because they have to tighten it so, like, much. It's like, I don't have laces. But
on my next set of boots, I'm doing well with the bows. I'm sick of it.
Yeah. And that's...
They do not get tight. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you eventually become an advanced enough rider where, like, you want laces, or even, like, the drawstring system I have is a little bit nicer than bows, but it's still the same thing. It gets too loose. I'd rather have laces where I could tighten it up to, like, the degree that I want to tighten it and then be done. And then I don't have to touch it for the day. Like, that little bit of time it saves you getting in and out of the boot with the BOA isn't worth it. Because, like, it just screws your riding control for the whole day.
Yep. I'm not a fan. I mean, I don't find myself having to retighten them a lot throughout the day. Like, if that's what you're talking about. I can't get them tight enough to begin with.
Well, yeah, there's that too. Yeah. No, it's just, like, I think people trying to push this technology have like lost sight of what snowboarding is, and they're just like, we want to save you like 20 seconds of time so that you can compete with skiers. It's like, bitch, we're not skiers. Like, if we wanted to be skiers, we'd just ski. I
mean, there's a market for some of these products. There are people who like really loose stuff, you know, that's their style of riding. You know, some park riders and stuff like really loose shit. But that's a specific thing. Like,
that's the only thing I could see this working for is park riding. And part of the thing that they talk about is because of the smaller footprint, it gets to flex in the board that you want. It's like, yeah, if I'm only doing park, fine, no problem.
Yeah, but if you're doing
if you're riding the mountain, good fucking luck. You think I'm gonna drop into a bowl with that shit? Fuck off. Think I'm gonna go out to Jackson Hole and drop Corbett's with that shit? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Well, I don't like that system that we just looked at. I'm not looking forward to seeing like what that might lead to in improvements in setups, but it's not there yet.
But But we need to stop just with the fucking binding it. We need binding boots combos. Like where the boots are specifically designed to work with that step in, and not the lazy Burton way where they're just like, oh, we put the things on the toes. No, bitch, that's how your shit clips in. Make the boot work with no binding. Make it stiffer. They're like, why would we do that? Like, are you kidding me? The straps are gone.
Yep.
They're like, oh,
No, yeah,
who
I
needs straps?
prefer him to have the binding part of it. Like, you know, the clues. I know you're not as much big of a fan, but I'm telling you, the straps are there. They work just fine.
I know, but
like,
I've seen you not be able to
Yeah.
engage it in snow too often for me to be like, yeah,
But
I'm going to do that.
But you know the K2s I had, the step-ins before that were great. And you know the flow step-ins. The only reason I didn't like those is because like I had to angle my foot funny to get in them. So I ended up having to sit down to put my foot in a lot of the time anyway. Because like I just I didn't have the balance to stand up and angle my foot that kind of funny to like slip it in. But
I'm more on board with the ease of access one. So once where it slants,
that's what I'm
and
talking
you can
about.
just like that I'm probably more on board with than than the others. But even so, it's probably not good enough for me because I really do. I like to have my boots tight and that shit ratcheted down so I could just like with a little bit of pressure switch edges.
That's what I'm trying to tell you the whole time. Is that once you're in, the straps are exactly the same. You would not notice a difference.
Yeah, I know.
The only difference is getting in.
Yeah, but the problem is you can't get in all the time.
Yeah.
So like, like on a non-powder day, your things work amazing.
Yep.
The moment there's a little bit of snow, it fucking collapses immediately.
That's what I'm hoping that the Gen 2 of them are better. I'll be getting those next year, and then we'll revisit. But
yeah. That's my thing. Is like the little bit of convenience that it provides is not worth it to me. For like that
but
issue.
You can also just strap it normal.
But then what's the point? What am I spending like double the price on bindings for?
For when there isn't a lot of snow, then he uses it up for you.
Bro, it takes me like 30 seconds to strap in. It's not that hard, especially after we got the lesson from that guy in Whistler, so that now I strap in standing up. It's so easy.
Yeah, but I'm fat.
What?
It squeezes my belly and makes me out of breath, and I don't like it.
Yeah, at high altitude, maybe, but like around here, like fucking it takes 2 seconds to step in and strap. The thing that's been fucking me up more than anything was the fact that I didn't realize my stomp pad lost all its teeth. Like, that's the thing that's been fucking me up. Because I'm like sitting here like, why can't I skate good? Like, why can't I like ride my board good without my... That's why. I don't have any traction on that. I might as well just put it on the flat fucking board.
I just got to learn how to skate normal so I don't keep fucking us up being sitting goofy on the lift.
Or you just got to be comfortable in like other spots. The real problem is you always got to be on the outside.
Well, that's why. It's because that I get on the outside because that's how I can turn my board. In any other spot, my board gets in the way of everybody else's. That's why I sit on the outside. Just to keep my board out of the way.
What do you mean?
If I'm not on the left side, then my board is in the way, the way it's angled. It points into everybody else's.
No, just go on the right side.
Yeah, that's when we got hooked together and both almost fell. It's because I was on your right. When I'm on the left, my board is out of the way.
I mean, I go on the left, you go on the right.
That works fine if there's only two of us.
No, it works fine in a group.
No, because then my board is facing left and tangling in everybody's skis and boards.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
Which way does your board angle when you're on the lift?
Left.
This way?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you force me to angle my board on top of skis all the time.
No, yours goes right.
Yes, which if you're here and I'm next to you means I'm
when
hitting
you're in
the
the
skiers.
when you're in the middle.
Yeah, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm dealing with all the time?
Yeah.
Dumb fuck.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's shit that I do all the time. You're like, oh, I gotta angle my shit away from people. Yeah, I do it all the time. The bigger issue is having you there, and then because of the way that you fucking sit there and you skate, you can't navigate up to the lift properly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's why you're better off on this side. Fuck it if you cross over on the skiers a little bit. It's your skating that's the problem.
I don't like the skiers tangling their skis on my board.
Tough. None of us like it. We deal with it. So at the end, I'm like, am I off your skis? Am I good? And even then, I still get dragged by skiers sometimes. It happens.
I don't like it.
Fucker. Yeah, I don't like it, so you make me deal with it instead. You dick.
That had not occurred to me until this moment.
Yeah, not at all, right? You're like, wait a second, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what I deal with all the time.
I appreciate your sacrifice.
Yeah, you dick. That's why I'm always like, I try to hold on to the lift to let the skiers like shoot out because I'm like double fucked. I'm
So
like,
I guess
kind of
actually
like semi stuck, and I don't know which way they're gonna go.
So it probably will work out better in the future if you get on the left, I get directly to your right, and then we only have to worry about hooking on each other's boards.
Yeah, except that ended very terribly for us the last time.
But if we know it's coming, we can.
You just had to use your words, so I knew I was hooked on your board.
I didn't know it till it was too late. It wasn't until we hit the snow, and I'm like, I can't move my board. Why can't? Oh, Phil's was on.
How do you not notice the extra weight? That's the thing I don't get. For me, because I was on top of you, it makes sense. Like, I can't feel a difference because there's no added weight pressure. For you, you should have been like, wait a second, my board is like this.
It wasn't extra weight. It's because I couldn't turn it away. It was like hooked on it. So it wasn't like pressing down to the point where there was extra weight on it. It's just like I went to like, because it hangs kind of like at an angle. I went to turn it straight so I could skate away, and it didn't turn. And I'm like, oh, God.
The worst. Really, we just needed to get ready to ride separate and slap skiers in the middle of us. But the problem is with that, skiers don't shoot off straight, so they'll just cut us both off. So, like, yes, our boards would be angled the right way if we're on opposite sides of the lift, but then the skiers would just cut us off, and it'd be like, okay, well, who's going to fall?
I'll start holding my camera pole and put a hook on the end of it. When they cut me off, I'll just hook their fucking jackets and
draw them back with
We're
you.
both going down, bitch. You're going to learn today.
Yeah, and it's so annoying, and like I get it because I've skied a little bit, and it's nice that you could go off where you want to, but the fact that you could go off where you want to, take that luxury after we all go off straight. Just shoot out straight together, and it's not a problem. Yeah. Then turn, you motherfuckers. They're like, no, it's like fucking they've missed their exit on the highway. They're like, I just gotta go here right now. Like I just gotta cut it. Like
good luck, everybody else.
Yeah, and the worst part is, and like you would expect to see that happen more to like groups of skiers anyway, but I'd never see it happen. It's like, yeah, what happens when the guy in the center wants to go right and the guy on the right wants to go left? I've never seen them like cut each other off, which is like wild to me. I'm like, you motherfuckers do this shit to us all the time.
Yeah, they don't do it to each other, just to us.
Yeah, I'm like, they've got to have conflicting ways that they want to go. So I'm confused as why it doesn't happen more often, where they just T-bone each other from like going like, oh, we'll go left, you go right, and fucking fuck each other.
Because they stand up right away and shoot off immediately, whereas we have to wait till we can get our back foot stood up. So because they're right next to each other, they can't cut each other off, but they shoot off a foot ahead of us so they can cut us off without.
That's not true. I could shoot off with them right away. The reason why I don't is because I know those motherfuckers are going to turn. I literally hold the lift to keep myself back.
I can't. I gotta wait till it's like actually flat, and then I can get my back leg on.
That's because you're too tall. Me, as soon as my board hits, I could stand up at that moment and push off if I wanted to.
No, I can't. Yeah, I can't push off until basically like the lift's about to hit me.
No, it's the opposite. I stay and like hold on to the lift where it is about to hit me because I don't want to shoot off in front of them because they're going to fucking hit me. I could shoot off immediately. Maybe I should start doing that. Just push off in front of them.
Yeah, man.
Like, cut them off, bitches.
Let them see what it's like.
Yeah.
And then they'll fall and we'll laugh and scoot off and not apologize.
As soon as I get to the point where my board hits the ground, I'm stable enough to stand up and go. Lower center of gravity, dude. You just got to get like double the length of your board currently, and then you could pull it off.
That's the worst part about this gig. Yeah, they'll cut you off. You'll fall down and go, and all the plastic clacking from falling. They'll turn around, look at you, and just skate off, and not say a fucking word.
My bad. Sorry.
No, you don't even usually get that. They just,
Yeah, Yeah, whoops.
He fell. Weird. I wonder how that happened.
Again, it's nice that you could do it, and I've done it on skis. But like, if I'm next to like a border, I'll like ask them because I know
which way
from
you
doing
going?
it. I'll be like, dude, are you gonna go straight? You gonna go like where are you going? And he's like, I'm just gonna ride out straight. I'm like, cool, man. I'll ride out straight too.
Yeah.
So like, well, I don't fuck you over because once I ride out straight, even if I'm on an area that's like not downhill for skis, you know what I can do? Self propel
Yep.
easily. Like, because people are like, how did you get around without poles? I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, you
Getting
walk.
around without poles is easy. It's like fucking rollerblades.
Uh-huh.
They're like, that's not true. I was like, I went uphill. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
They're like, how did you get to the lift? I was like, same way. Push myself a little bit. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm thinking
Like, their brains break when I tell them
Yeah.
that, like, I was learning how to ski without poles.
No,
They're like,
just,
but how did you, like, make it up there? I'm like, little push, little push. Like, what are you talking about? Plow the snow, plow the snow. Like, that's how you go forward. Like, what do you mean?
it occurred to me I probably didn't get the moment on camera, but the one time at Midvale, there was the snowboarder who had strapped in too far into the flat. And so, like, we're walking over to the lodge, and I see him struggling. And I just walk up behind him and give him a push, and he's like, huh? Well, hey, thanks!
Yeah. You need to lose weight to get better at doing those flats. But you can. You can penguin walk out. You could do your rocking chair slide out. There's ways to
you can get
out
around
of
on a
it.
snowboard on the flat.
It just takes a lot more energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, but like as a skier, like fucking like putting the skis on and no poles, easy. It's easy as fuck. And people are like, well, what do you? I'm like, I didn't want to stab myself with a pole, so like I didn't worry about it. They're like, how does that even? I'm like, you don't need poles to ski.
No.
The poles just enhance the skiing. It's not required to ski. And like advanced skiers might disagree, and that's fine. Know that you're advanced. When you're beginning, what added benefit does the poles do except something to hook yourself on? Because here's the thing, like beginners don't know how to use those poles correctly. So if you put a pole into the ground when you're skiing in the beginning, it's the equivalent of if you grab a tree branch. You're just like ripping your arm out of socket for no reason. And like, yeah, the only added benefit it does is it helps push you up to the lift a little bit. But fucking who cares? Again,
just walk. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you lose the nuance of like, this is how I
you use
propel
your
myself
edge, yeah.
without poles. It would be like the same thing if like when you first started snowboarding, instead of skating, they gave you a rope to pull onto, and the rope pulled you up to the lift and pulled you off.
Oh,
of the
that would
lift.
be so nice.
Yeah, but you would never learn the art of how to like skate. You know what I mean? Same thing. Like if I'm pushing myself with my poles skiing, and even like stopping myself with my poles to get up to the lift, I'm not learning how to propel myself forward with skis and stop myself with skis.
Speaking of the skating thing, you had mentioned the bit I've got where I can like turn my foot to skate, and somebody had noticed at one point because there's the little latch like on the toe of my binding. He was like, "Hey, is that the thing where you can turn your foot?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "How do you like it?" And I was like, "Well, it's interesting, but it's kind of awkward."
It would work if you didn't skate Mongo. Mongo.
What do you mean?
When you propel on a skateboard, you skate Mongo anyway, right? Yeah. So even when you put your foot that way, you're still backwards from most people.
No, but I don't do that on a snowboard.
No, I know, but like your natural inclination is still the other way. So even though the foot like turns that way, it doesn't help you. Because really what you want is your other foot in front.
No, that's not the problem is why it doesn't help me when I turn my foot that way. Because it would, like I can skate normal on a skateboard, but it's because like you plant your left foot to push, so your weight's on or I guess it would be your right foot, but you plant your back foot to push, and then there's less weight on the board, and like so the board slides away from you sideways. So it makes it really awkward. There's not enough friction to keep the board straight when you're on it, so it's awkward.
I don't think it would have that problem.
It slides out. I'll make you try it sometime then.
Yeah, you always talk to me about friction on a board, and I don't understand it because you're always like, "Yeah, I got more friction. That's why I don't go as far." I'm like, Just bend your knees, bitch. Get yourself down low. Put that center of gravity right over your fucking balls.
I mean, it's also possible it's a me thing, but yeah, for me at least, using that, you know, where I could turn my foot thing, yeah, I have the problem where my foot wants to slide outward.
I could see where it'd be case by case basis, and the biggest issue I would have with it that way is like my stomp pad being back here wouldn't be good. I would want it like a stomp pad up by my front boot.
To step back onto the board?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
I would want it like this if it was that way. You know what I mean? Like, it only works back here because of the fact that my foot's like this when I propel. If my foot was straight, if I'm kicking from here, I would want the stop pad here so I could quickly like get on the nose of the board. You know what I mean?
I actually do have 2 stomp pads on my board. Not because of that, but because I realized at one point that I was actually setting up my board backwards. It's a twin, but it's not like 100% twin. So I realized that it like one side is slightly different than the other. I'm like, I'm riding this board fucking backwards. So I flipped it around and put a stomp pad on the other side. But
it's a bitch. But yeah, no. If I was propelling from up, because if my foot was straight, I wouldn't be like how I am now, where I'm kicking more back. If I was like this, I'd be propelling from up here. And so because I'd be propelling from up there, I'd want the stomp pad here so that I could step directly behind my front foot.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the problem isn't standing on the board. The problem is like when you've got your other foot not on the board, my board wants to slide out to the side, so it makes it really awkward.
Yeah, because you'd have to balance it more like how mono skiing is.
Yeah.
Because you've now shifted your weight on the board.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's awkward. Yeah, I could probably learn how to do it, but I don't do it enough to...
You'd have to sit yourself more back.
Yeah.
Which isn't like... So instead of like squatting over the board, you'd have to squat yourself over the center line of the board.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, more similar to
awkward.
A skateboard.
So I could probably learn how to do it, but because I don't do it all that often, it's awkward.
Which even on a skateboard, like unless you're doing downhill, like the downhill skateboarding where the like your feet are in line, even on a skateboard, when you're done propelling yourself, you still turn your feet.
Yeah.
Which is like the thing that you can't really do with that, right?
No, you can't.
Okay, so it'll turn?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it locks and unlocks. So you unlock it, turn it, and then you can either hit the button to lock it back in that position, or you can just leave it unlocked, and then when you turn it back normal, it locks itself again.
You know what I realized? Because we've taken a break for so long, I fucked up at the beginning. I never did a clever segue into telling people to like and subscribe.
Yeah. You going to tell them now?
In a little bit. You're going to have a tough time naming this episode. I don't know what to name this fucking like shit show of an episode.
Oh, I know what I'm going to name it.
Iran's fucked, but at least there's snow.
No, I was just going to name it Who Ran?
Iran. So far away.
Uh-huh.
And I ran so far away.
You had to do it twice?
No, everything that I would like sing to finish that off is not safe for YouTube.
That's correct, yeah.
And on that note, because it is getting long in the tooth and I want to go do other things, so fuck you guys. If you made it here to the end, congratulations, you win a cookie. I'm kidding, you don't win anything.
What millennial says long in the tooth?
I got boomerisms in me, all right? Shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Fuck you, all right? Fuck your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
Sorry, continue with your exit dialogue.
You motherfucker. If you made it this far in the podcast, God damn it, you fucking motherfucker. If you made it this far, like subscribe, follow, share the show with everyone you know.
Hit the notification bell.
Yes, hit the notification bell. And you can find us on
YouTube.
Fuck you. YouTube.
Rumble.
You want to do it, bitch? I was on YouTube, Rumble,
and Spotify,
and occasionally the TikTokies. And fuck my co-host. He's only high on rain. Nothing else today. I don't know why he's on one. He's on one today. He's on a tism. got a touch of the tism today.
Thanks for listening,
you
folks.
Woke up today on the wrong side of the bed.
We'll be back soon.
All right. See ya.
Adios.